everyone, this is Phil Travis, Military History 360 here at EOU. It's week 5. This week, we've been having lots of quizzes in the class. This week, take a little breather, no quizzes. We have a test next week, so I'm giving you a down week this week. Next week is your midterm exam. It covers the readings that we've covered up to this point. This week, the only graded aspect is the discussion forum. So read Ways of War Chapter 9 and watch my presentation on World War I. We're dealing with the First World War today, or this week. So read Ways of War Chapter 9 on World War I, and watch my presentation on World War I, and participate in the discussion forum. Remember, first post no later than Thursday by midnight, and then I want to see 2 replies strung out over the course of 2 separate days for full credit. Okay, that's about it for this week. This should be a short announcement today. This week's factoid is this, and I think I used this factoid for my U.S. History course, so if anybody's in the U.S. History 202 course, you might get the same factoid. I can't remember it because I was playing around with the factoids that I was choosing, and I'm going back to tabulate them from my other classes, so I can't remember if this is the one I chose. But here's the factoid. So I'm apologizing if there's a repeat for anybody. There's a couple of you in my 202, so if there's a repeat here, I don't think there is. I can't remember if I chose this one last week or not. Anyway, here's the factoid. Despite the fact that the First World War is generally regarded as a war in which the United States was only minimally involved in combat operations. We didn't get involved in World War I in terms of declaring war until 1917, April 1917. And it then took about 6 months before our guys were on the ground fighting on the Western Front. So we were really involved in the war in an actual combat sense for only about a year. And so while it is the case that we were not involved as a combat force until the very end of the war ends in November of 1918, it nonetheless is the case that the most deadly battle, if you will, continuous battle, in the history of American military history, in terms of the amount of Americans killed, was during World War I. And it was the Meuse-Argonne Offensive, which is spelled M-E-U-S-E-A-R-G-O-N-N-E. The Meuse-Argonne Offensive, which was the final offensive, Allied offensive push that brought Germany to the table during World War I and signed the armistice and ultimately the treaty ending World War I. The Meuse-Argonne Offensive, the most deadly continual battle in the history of the United States, more deadly than Gettysburg, more deadly than the Battle of the Bulge, more deadly than Okinawa. World War I, the Meuse-Argonne Offensive. All right, guys, go into the extra credit discussion area and make your post no later than Wednesday by midnight. Get your extra point, and let's have a great week.